Hello and welcome to this video from zonalaudio.com. Today we're going to be making some dub techno. This video actually very much inspired by a video that I saw from Full Circle Audio. If you're into dub techno and Ableton production, definitely go give him a follow. It was the simplicity of the track that gave me a lot of inspiration, and in that there's a kick with a nice rolling bass line that seemed like created from a reverb. Not sure how he did it, but I'm going to go around creating something similar. A nice rim on the 2 and the 4, and then the main thing being a nice moving dub chord and using velocity and other modulation to give interest to the sound. And I'm also going to look at building some really nice dub delay racks for send and return channels. This is going to be all Ableton stock devices, and you'll be able to download this from zonalaudio.com with a few other dub techno projects. So go check that out. So yeah, let's get going. We're going to go like purely from scratch. I'm just going to get a 909 kick drum that I like. So this is a pack of 909 drum sounds run into the analog heat, and loads of different flavors there. Really kind of powerful, thick kicks, but a lot of the time we do want to do some treatment, especially like depending what genre we're working on. We're probably going to want to shorten and tighten the kick quite a lot. They're purposely recorded full to get that full body, and then yeah, this is a technique that I'm often using. So I've got a basic template with some patterns marked out here. Let's go complete fresh. That's basic, we'll leave that, and that can be the closed hat. So just a 4/4 kick pattern, and then I'm going to use the filter to darken the kick. Maybe we can have a bit more release there. And then I'm using the filter envelope to still allow a bit of that attack through. And you could potentially give a bit more flavour using the filter. Using the filter type there. But turning the filter off and on, you can hear kind of machine noise, saturation. Okay, so toms. We'll go from the same pack. We'll do one low, one high. We're going to shorten these quite a bit as well. I get my kick around -12. A little bit of boxiness out of the toms, and we'll just keep that kick out of the sub range. So working on headphones here, not ideal. I also prefer Pro Q4 for this kind of task, but I'm just taking enough away that I start to hear a difference in the tone of the kick. And as much as I'm listening to the bass getting taken away, I'm also listening to what's going on up here, seeing if it feels a bit more punchy. So yeah, around there is good, possibly even a little bit higher, but let's leave it there for now. For the sub, I think I'm going to use drift. as my instrument today. I already have a preloaded string in that we might use. But yeah, let's load drift sub. So just one oscillator and a sine wave most likely. I'm looking at the toms at the same time as programming the bass. So they're taking up their own spaces. Not too happy with this sound. Take the filter envelope off. Give the sound full sustain. I've got a bit ahead of myself here and have a group processing rack on already. I'm going to turn that off so we're hearing it just as is for now, and we'll either build a separate one or investigate if that one works also. Let's go rim shot. That noisy one. Okay. So going to be using send and return channels quite a lot here. This I am just going to give its own reverb with some pre-delay. That was down there because that was in a drum rack, which is probably a good idea. Just to have a couple of 909 hi-hat grouped drum rack. Tempted to get some modulation on the go early doors. Actually, let's leave it like that. Okay, let's look to create a bass on essentially the same track as the kick. So we've got a sub bass going. I'm looking for something to fill up the mids, low mids. I'm going to get hybrid reverb, group, open the channels, duplicate, and then this one 100% wet, and this one is going to be clean. Okay, and I'm going to utilize the pre-delay to get a kind of offbeat bass going. We also have the timing here, so I think 8 or 6 or something gets us pretty much offbeat. There we go, 10. Okay, and now I'm just going to play around with the reverb settings and get something that doesn't sound too obvious as a bass. It's just kind of there rolling along in the background. I like that. I don't know why, but I'm going to put another reverb on here. Smear it a little bit more, but keep it very low. Okay, sidechain. So this is going to sidechain from the kick itself, and it needs to be pre-effect, so before any of this stuff that we're doing here. Okay, this makes more sense because we're not waiting for that to catch up. Okay, time for a chord. Already got my scale set to D minor. Okay, so the idea here is going to be to get some velocity changes both within the sequence that I'm going to program. In fact, let's start that at higher velocity, but also use the expression control and velocity device. No, in fact, yes, velocity. Add some random from the very off. And part of the reason for using drift is that it also has that little bit of analog style instability. I'm going to increase the drift, and let's go and put an EQ on this before we do anything else. EQ 8. Sound design wise, we'll probably go with just a saw, but I'm going to add in another one, see how a little bit of detune sounds. and then probably like actually modulate the detune and level of this oscillator for a bit of timbre difference. So there's going to be quite a lot of LFOs going on shortly. I'll explain my best as to the thinking behind what I'm doing here with the modulation. So to kind of jump ahead slightly, I'm going to utilize the sends, and I want these to be basically throwing into long delay taps and like kind of, yeah, replicating the style of a human throwing the knob for a little bit and then pulling it back down and allowing the delays to do their thing a little bit whilst keeping the MIDI pattern relatively simple. As well as that, I also just want a bit of jitter and randomness going into the drift, and can basically kind of cross-utilize these LFOs to modulate one another as well as other things, therefore creating quite a bit of unpredictability. So the first one I'm going to do is just going to be my sort of standard random oscillator moving along, and then these two are going to be on binary, so on or off. Okay, this one I'm going to start really fast. There is LFOs built into here we may as well utilize, but I'm not so familiar with the routing of them. So we've got a pitch mod on the LFO, standard, and we have velocity mod here as well. So let's choose something that we talked about there. OSC2 gain or OSC2 detune are both options. Many of these could be interesting, but we'll just go for now with oscillator 2 gain. And what will probably also be useful in this scenario is to bring the velocity to volume down a bit, because we're going to have velocity acting on filter and other things. So yeah, so we don't want the notes to be too quiet when that lower velocity is hitting. We still want to get the fun and action from all this. So I'm going to map this to the detune, but I don't want it doing much at all. Very, very little. So here. And then remember, this is already being modulated by the velocity. Also just going to have a slow moving sine LFO. And we should start to hear some differences now. I'm going to map this to the resonance. And again, not too much in terms of the value. Okay, another one, velocity to the envelope amount. So high velocity will give a higher envelope amount. Vice versa, we can do the opposite on the frequency. We'll go unipolar down. Okay, some of these are going to need a bit more dialing in as we go. But let's let this roll. Just add a little bit of delay and reverb, in fact. So this is going to be really low in the mix. There's going to be a big reverbs and delays to be sending into as well. Okay, so now when we add more lower velocity notes in the sequence, we're going to hear some different results. I like that pattern, but I'm going to go, I want to do something a bit more sparse, really utilizing the sends that I'm going to build very shortly. I'm now going to add in some random chords in terms of the probability, so the chance here. If I turn these down, they're going to independently act on whatever percentage. So what we want to do is right click, group the notes, and then do the chance. So let's do some velocity variations within the same chord. I'm honing in here on the envelope to mod amount. Okay, so we already have a short verb in there and a long reverb, which is sidechained from itself, and we'll also sidechain it from the kick. And let's build a nice big dub delay rack there. The echo is perfect for that kind of thing. So we need to be kind of strategic in what we're doing here. Going to be like a throw send effect, so we throw a little bit of the chord into it and then it kind of repeats and feeds back a little bit on itself. Nice, sparkly, long, trippy and hypnotic dub delay. So our first delay is always going to want to be 100% wet, and to make this kind of sound interesting, filter modulation is key. So let's add some modulation to that, quite slow. And to hear this, I'm going to put it in and actually solo the send for now. Nice, already got a little bit of movement. This one can go 50% wet, and then we're going to use the modulation again on the filter quite a lot. Let's add some reverb to that, and also a little bit of noise and wobble. ping pong. Okay, they're both on 8th note. Let's try this here. Okay, and then another echo. We'll probably need to do a little bit of EQ or dynamics control on this to keep it all under control. Actually, what I'm going to do here is narrow the bandwidth. And then here, this one's going to be a bit wider. And then this is going to be on half note. We'll think about other settings as we go. Nice. Now we're going to set up a second one. Let's go this time echo, maybe reverb, echo. This one, it's going to be like specifically trippy and long. Let's start on quarter note. And then we're going to do a delay here. Plates and springs could be a good shout for a dubby sounding space spring echo. Seems relevant. So we need at least one of these 100% wet. Ooh, yeah. Okay, let's do the second one on ping pong. Let's get this moving about. case, just going to do a little bit of like adding a bit of control to these dub delays. So just a bit of compression to catch the peak. Okay, now where this is feeding back on itself, which just sounds pretty nice actually, but we'll get too much. Tempted to modulate stuff on the sends, but let's not. You'll see I've already enabled these sends, might play around with that as well. Let's do it. Let's use, this is kind of what I was talking about in the cross-pollination of LFOs. So we have our binary here. We want to turn these on and off at certain times. So that one's the reverb. We stop what I'm doing there for now. So this one's going to be on the reverb. We'll keep it on mod, but the opposite way, basically. And the same one we're going to add to the first dub delay, but going the opposite way. So now when it goes out with reverb, it'll go into that delay, which is just nice not to have too thick things getting like too cluttered from the off. But the rate is just the rate basically, and it'll just go on and off as that rate determines. But we can use our slow moving LFO to adjust this. So now we get a bit of random on and off stuff here. I'm gonna add a little bit smooth to it. I think that works for binary. And then this one will map to here, 100%. And I also want some kind of variation in the time here also. So using this one that already exists might work. Let's do that on a very low amount. Could get some interesting results. But ultimately, I think it will be too fast to have a real and noticeable impact. So maybe we will go get another LFO, or maybe we'll map this to the rate here. That's also going slower sometimes. Okay. Cool, I'm going to let this play through, and I'm going to add just a little bit of juice to the drums. modulated instead of whatever the one is, remote. Oh. Yeah, we can still control it. Get that extra bit of lots of frequency through every now and then. Just having to add in here that yeah, the sends into sends is a good idea. So now this dub delay is going to be sent to this dub delay, like dub delay inception, kind of as it should be. Send it to itself briefly, that's kind of dangerous but could be interesting. Ooh, danger, danger, danger. Yeah, another really nice way to add texture and interest to your dub chords. So yeah, this set will be available to download from zonalaudio.com. Hope you found the video useful, entertaining, or enjoyable in some way. If you did, please give us a like and subscribe, it really helps the channel. And thanks for all your